Yeah, it was
Okay, and
terrible.
now the trailer that had me begging for mercy. I was
Mercy.
like,
Uh, okay,
Rob
so
and
first
his
off, we
bad
can agree
jokes.
that this premise is stupid, right? Premise is horrible.
Sounds like Minority Report to me, but okay.
No,
I
but
actually
Minority
disagree.
Report. No, but like Minority Report, I feel like was way more intelligent than this. Like
No,
this
no, it
thing.
is. It is, but it just sounds like someone watched Minority Report and thought, maybe I need to recycle this idea, but obviously make it my own. But his own is not as interesting as Minority Report, if that
No,
makes
because
sense.
like 'cause the thing is, this logic falls apart when you have to defend yourself.
That's no, I
Because
agree. Look, I agree
not
with you. That's what I'm
not
saying.
every no, I'm saying like not everybody is a detective like Captain Star-Lord. What's his face?
Yeah. So then you meet Jesus. That's what
No, it's
happens. You
like
get to meet
yeah, no,
Jesus.
I'm
But
just like
also, and
if
you
one
can
of us is accused of a murder and we're innocent, we have to go through the crime scene Iron Man style and
you can
pause
also
and
cook the
replay.
evidence, by the way. You can come up with your own story. I mean, if you're representing yourself, because he's representing himself here, and there's no lie detector test here, is there? So what if he's just cooking the evidence? Like what if he's just presenting the
No,
evidence and
what if
basing
the
it off of what's
AI
happening?
is coded with a bunch of bias and sees a bunch of
Exactly.
formulas and does not even know the context behind those formulas and decides that because
Exactly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 happened, you are guilty and then dead. And then 6 months later, ooh, we messed up. Actually, the AI prediction model got it kind of wrong. Our bad. Whoopsie. Now
I
100
think
people are
that's
dead for no reason.
I I think that's going to be the point. I think that's what the trailer tries to suggest. I
No,
think that's
but
what's
I'm
going to happen.
saying that it's already
Yeah?
dumb on arrival because what police
No.
office or station or law firm you know, or like what legal precedent would that set if they're just like all the criminals get 90 minutes to defend themselves against an AI machine? Ah,
Hmm?
I felt my brain leaving my head as I watched the trailer. But anyway, uh, I'm gonna say plus 30. This feels dumb to me. It feels so dumb, and it feels like they're just resting on Chris Pratt's star power to get this movie through. And I'm just like, I hate it
But
when I
is
hate
it
it when
still
writers are lazy.
a star like he used to be though? I feel like he's fallen off.
They think so, but I'm just saying this reeks of lazy writing, and it's just like we want to make a commentary about AI, and I'm like, you're not being very smart with it. Everyone knows it's a disaster to leave a bunch of circumstantial evidence to a machine that is not going to investigate the context behind what happened.
You're always the only time that you actually like anything related to AI is when watching Age of Ultron. Apart from that, Nafana, you cack on
Yeah.
AI every single chance you get. Jesus.
Ultron had a personality, but anyway.
All right, cool. My turn. I'm actually going to disagree with Bach on a little bit on this one. I'm going to push back and say, again, that's kind of the idea of science fiction is that it's supposed to be a crazy premise, and then you challenge it. So I don't mind that. If
Yeah.
anything, I'm like, okay, this kind of reminds you of, M. Night Shyamalan movies. They'll say they'll have a ridiculous premise, and then you got to see how you're going to navigate it with the characters. Problem
I
is,
guess.
um,
Sorry. Oh, can you hear me?
sorry, I've got distracted. I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
M.
yeah.
Night Shyamalan premise,
Yes,
challenge
the
it with the
premise
characters.
is challenging. Yes, yes, the premise is challenging, but I think this shouldn't have been a Chris Pratt movie. I think Colin Farrell probably could have been a better director, ironically, because we're talking about Minority Report. I could picture him doing this. I can't picture Chris Pratt making this movie and it looking good. I just think this is just another Chris Pratt, what you call it? Not Age of Tomorrow, Day After Tomorrow.
Mm.
Tomorrow's
Mm.
Tomorrow's
Mm.
Tomorrow's
Mm.
kind of like ending.
Passengers.
Oh no, the alien one. I think it's gonna be more like the alien one. What's it called? Come on, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? The alien one.
Alien one is
What's the
blanking.
name?
Guardians of the Galaxy. What are you talking about?
No,
No,
the Netflix movie, and that's basically what this feels like. That Netflix movie.
uh,
With Chris
oh,
with Chris Pratt. Yes, with Chris Pratt. Tomorrow War, the Tomorrow War. There we go.
Oh, there we
This
go.
feels like a Tomorrow War movie that is designed to make you, that's supposed to keep up, that's supposed to, like when you're doing work and you want to have a movie in the background, that's what this movie feels like. And it feels like those Adam Sandler movies where you get your friends together and they just make a movie. That's also what this feels like. And I don't think this is going to make any money, but it is Chris Pratt. But then again, this is a streaming movie, so I'm going to say plus 50, even though I know I'm wrong. I'm going to say plus 50 because I know I'm
But
wrong.
I think my problem with the premise here is that you even get a shot of a bunch of people, and like some of those people just look like regular citizens. And what I'm trying to say is like,
Mm,
depending on the severity of the crime, why is there not even
yeah.
like a lawyer present to help you present evidence to the AI?
That's why
Like
I was
you just
saying
have,
it seems like he's
Yeah.
representing himself, which is so
Yes,
weird to
that's
me
exactly what
because
he's
he
doing.
could cook the evidence. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
but I'm
He
saying
could
even
cook
if
the
you're, but
evidence.
I mean, but what I'm saying, Kim, is that this thing is supposed to be based on the premise of the criminals get away. We need to wait to stop the criminals from getting away. And I'm just like, if there's somebody who's never doesn't have a law degree or doesn't even know how to examine evidence, and they gotta sit in a chair and only have 90 minutes to prove their innocence, and they're just like, dead, then I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe I'm just thinking about the logistics too. People say
Yeah,
that I
you're
get too
focusing
nitty
a lot
gritty
on
into the details.
yeah, you're getting stuck on those details, but I get it. It's not wrong. You're not wrong to be stuck on those details. But the rest of
But
us are
it's
like,
fine.
yeah, that's
Anyway,
fine.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because as I get into my writer bag, these are things that I'm thinking about within my own stories. Because I'm like, if I ask these questions, I feel like somebody else will.
Oh yeah, no, you're not wrong with that. That's exactly how it works. But a lot of people shut their brain off, man.
That's
It's
true.
Chris
So Huso, you
Pratt.
said Huso, did you give your thoughts?
So when I saw this trailer, there are two or three things that came to my mind. The first thing was, oh, this is phone booth, but a different version of phone booth, clearly, because this is mainly just gonna be two people talking.
That's funny,
Uh,
by the way.
and the second thing is, yeah, remember, there's no new idea, not really, because to
Yeah, I'm
me,
saying
this is just a mashup of phone booth, 2001: A Space Odyssey, and Minority Report. To me,
Two of them Colin Farrell movies. Yes.
I can see what inspired them to do this movie. Um, and half of the time is just us looking at Rebecca Ferguson's beautiful face. That's why they hired her for this, clearly. And Chris Pratt, as I said before, he he was in Passengers, where 80%, no, not really 80%, but like I guess you could say, yeah, maybe 80% of the first actor he was by himself because that was the point of the movie. Right? So they've seen that he is so charming that he can just be by himself in a movie and it can work. Um, so I've seen these kind of movies before. We've seen these kind of movies before, whether it's low budget or a blockbuster, and they're either a hit or miss. It
Yeah.
just depends on the storyline. And when I watched this movie, I didn't feel the stakes. You know, back in the day when we used to watch movies, we used to feel the stakes. Like we used to feel like this guy is in serious cack. Like, how is he gonna get out of this situation? And that's what Minority Report gave us when we saw it when it came out. But with this one, I feel like he's gonna get away with it. He's gonna, he's probably not innocent, but if he is innocent, he's probably gonna win at the end of the day. I'm not getting the impression that he might not. And that's the
Because he's
point of
never
a
done
trailer.
it.
A trailer is supposed to give you it's supposed to make you wonder how this is gonna work out.
Okay, but now can I
And
ask you a question? Has
yeah,
that not got less to do with the fact that it's Chris Pratt's face that makes it like that? For
Yeah, but I
example,
mean, I guess it's yeah.
do you know what I'm
Sorry,
trying to
go ahead.
say? Chris Pratt's face basically suggests also like Johnny Depp. If you put Johnny Depp there, like the secret window. Oh,
Sorry, you're cutting.
can you guys hear me?
Rob. Yes, we can hear you now.
you're gonna have to repeat what you just
Okay, I
said.
give up. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we
I
can
was
hear you.
saying, for
Anyway,
Just have
example,
to repeat what you just said.
I was saying
yeah,
if
go
you
ahead.
replace Chris Pratt with Johnny Depp, or again for like the 10th time Colin Farrell, or where you get an element of sleaze as opposed to Mr. Captain America. Do you know what I mean? That's what Chris Pratt is. So, I mean, doesn't that kind of, it feels like it adds to the trailer and that kind of ruins the trailer. Because now you're right, it does look like he's going to win. Obviously,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah, but I think also there's another thing that kind of annoyed me about this trailer. Again, is that there was like two story beats that they were bringing up, and it's like you have 90 minutes to do this, and she's like, I feel like you're
Mhm.
withholding information, or I feel like you're not telling me everything, and I'm just like, 90 minutes or you die. Why would you be hiding secrets? Like,
Um,
you want to get out of here or not? Ah.
so I just wanted to say that I hear what you guys are saying. I hear what both of you guys are saying, but I mean they did this as well with Michael Fassbender with that whole Assassin's Creed movie that nobody remembers.
Oh God.
I think
Oh
I think
Lord.
Hollywood just has this tendency
Uh,
to bankroll on a movie star and think that a certain concept will work with that movie star, but it doesn't. You need a different actor to make that movie work.
mm,
You don't
no
need,
one,
yes,
Cam, no
back
one would
then,
have saved Assassin's
back
Creed.
then,
There's no one.
back then,
yeah,
Arnold Schwarzenegger would have done something and it would have worked because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger. And with Arnold
yeah,
Schwarzenegger, like his concepts were a bit diverse. We were not really sure what he's doing. He would do Kindergarten
yeah,
Cop the one year, then he would do Predator the other year, and then he would do
yes,
Terminator the other year, right? That's
yes,
why we didn't mind because we didn't really know what Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone would do. But with these
exactly.
guys, we already have an idea of the kind of stuff they would do. And when you see a
Mm,
movie like this, you're like, you're not quite sure what's going on here, and why they chose Chris Pratt to do this. It just doesn't make sense. Um,
mm.
so for me, I think this is gonna bomb. I think it's gonna bomb. So I'll give it plus 40, but I think it's gonna bomb.
Don't think it's gonna bomb. What's gonna happen is yeah, on cinemas, yes. But I think it's gonna go to streaming. It's gonna make all its money back. Watch. They're gonna be saying this
Yeah.
was the top streaming film for 6 months. Watch. That's what's about to happen, like with Red One.
The number one movie in America when it's the only movie that came out that month.
Yeah.
Just because it's Rebecca Ferguson and Chris Pratt, I get it. I
And
get
they've
it.
worked together. Remember, they were
Ah,
together for Tomorrow War. Anyway,
okay.
All